Real quick, I want to thank you guys for all the likes and subscribers. We're closing in on 5 million subscribers, and also the people that have followed me over on Twitter. I appreciate you. At FazeJim. I'm verified. Please stop following the fake people. I love people tweeting at me about like losing a giveaway or some shit, and somehow that's my fault. So we're actually over here on Black Ops Cold War, and surprisingly, the updates that are coming out on here is somehow more interesting than what's happening over on Vanguard. So yeah. They recently just added the Jungle 24/7 playlist, and obviously they added Jungle itself. Jungle is a Black Ops 1 map, and it's been remade like 2 or 3 times at this point. And to be honest, even though I really like Black Ops 1, and I have some memories over on Jungle, but to be honest, I don't have a good time on Jungle overall. Like, there are a lot of other maps on Black Ops 1 that I would rather see. I'm not gonna necessarily skip it, but if I got something like firing range, I'd probably rather play Jungle over WMD. It's better than some, but not the best, that's for sure. But they also added a new SMG to the game, I think, right? Yeah, and I realized that I actually don't have some of these weapons done, like the Lappa or the Tech or Vargo. Like, I actually don't have any of them. I've never come back to it, but there's this new SMG called the USG or something. What is it called? UGR. Using an SMG, kill an enemy revealed by spy plane, UAV, or field mic in 15 completed matches. I don't even know what's considered OP on this game anymore. I don't know if they've had any like real balance changes or what. Why are you shooting my body? Who the fuck sucked my dick? This map seems like it's going, I mean, it's not like it's playing badly or anything like that. It's just going really slow. If I actually want to make progress towards the new SMG, there ain't no way I'm gonna sit here and play this whole thing out. 15 whole games. I mean, this is gonna take a while. Well, I mean, I made 1 progress towards it at least, right? Yeah, all right, cool. 1. 15 whole games is a lot, man. I mean, it plays out okay. Might as well just go into Nuketown, though. We need to make a mode that's really fast for completing game. Like a TDM small map specifically. They know that they need the playtime, so they need to do completed matches. Come on, man. You only piss people off. You're just making the chore more unavoidable. Yeah, by the way, people were asking about it because FaZe isn't with GFUEL anymore. Mutual parting or whatever. And people are saying and asking me shit like, oh, what's gonna happen to your flavor and all that stuff. My flavor's not going anywhere. It's all good. This is about the fastest we can get on this game. TDM on Nuketown. Yeah, people held lines of sights on this game so fucking hard that I threw smokes every time. Dude, this task force barrel is insane. The recoil is fucked. Is the MP5 even good anymore? I don't know anything. What the fuck? Okay, well, I couldn't ADS while proning for whatever reason. Stupid ass game. What a stupid fucking change. Dude, playing Modern Warfare 2 yesterday mechanically spoiled me. We got a UFC card tomorrow. We got Michael Chandler versus Tony fucking Ferguson. Not Tony Ferguson, it's Tony fucking Ferguson. Now, I know a lot of people are counting Tony out and shit like that. I'm pretty sure Michael's the favorite or whatever, but I'm gonna pick Tony in this fight. I feel like he hasn't actually lost anything. Tony's gotta be one of the most unlucky people, man. Like, I had tickets to go and watch him versus Habib back in like 2020. And then the pandemic happened, and that was like the 4th or 5th time that they scheduled that fight. Like, I was ready to watch it happen. Obviously, there are ways that Chandler can win that fight or whatever. He could try to knock Tony out. Getting a first round KO on Tony, to me, sounds... That to me just sounds a little outlandish. I know that he's against Michael Chandler, got some of the highest power that you could possibly think of at 155, especially in the first round and shit. But Tony is insanely tough, and even on the losses that Tony ended up taking, even if some of them are bad losses, he never really got finished. He never stopped moving forward. So I just feel like, even though it's 3 rounds, if it's 5 rounds, I would have leaned into Tony even more. But 3 rounds, you know, makes me think that Chandler can at least do damage for the first 2 rounds or whatever. But the thing about Tony, there's a difference between no matter how much you hit him, if you fall behind, it is an avalanche. He won't take a lead and then try to hang on to it for dear life. He will take that lead and press it further and further and further. So if at any point Chandler falls behind where he feels like, oh, I hurt him, I hit him with the best shit that I got, if Tony lands those, hey, all I'm saying is people are acting like Tony can't hurt somebody with his hands or his elbows or some shit like that. We'll see. I think it's a really close fight. I don't think it's a guarantee that Tony wins, but if I gotta pick, I'm gonna pick Tony. I am a Tony fan. It is what it is. And I love watching Michael Chandler too. He's really fun to watch. There's about 1 or 2 ways that Chandler wins the fight, whereas Tony has a multitude. Obviously, there's always that question mark of his weird, unorthodox, you know, style and shit like that, but that's exactly it. It's dangerous. If Chandler gets through this fight without being mangled in any way, shape, or form, it's because he managed to start wrestling and hold him there. I don't see him safely getting out of this fight without some sort of scarring. I'm not trying to make a bunch of excuses for Tony, but Tony has always been dealt such a weird hand. The way that things are scheduled, how long it took for him to even get chances to fight Habib, and all the different times and ways that it's happened. happened, and then injury and last minute replacements, and then he's taking the fights anyway. It's things like that. People will be like, oh, don't take the fight, but that's what makes Tony Tony. The dude is willing to fight anyone anywhere, and he supremely believes that he can beat anyone. He's even fucking with people like outside of his weight class. Like, he just doesn't give a shit. So I'm gonna pick Tony there. Nothing against Chandler, but it's Tony time. God, where is my, like, what is the recoil on this piece of shit weapon? Okay, nope, I'm not dealing with it. Don't care. It's fucking Cold War. You know, surprisingly speaking, I saw this graph that showed, like, current player counts and stuff, like quarterly reports and stuff like that about their current amount of players and shit like that over, like, the years of Call of Duty and how many total players they had. Now, I don't know if they separated them between how many people, like, started playing through Warzone or but because of Warzone, or if it's just multiplayer numbers. But the way that the graph went was surprising to me. Like, it's on, like, a downward slope at the moment, but I have a feeling it's gonna go in for, like, you know, a big rise as soon as Modern Warfare 2 comes out. But what's surprising to me was how kind of a step back Cold War was in terms of, like, the mechanics. Like, they didn't have tac sprint and things like that, and people actively said when they got the game that it felt older. It felt like the game looked worse and all this other stuff. Now, I think that's just a stylistic and art differences between them, but that made me assume in my head that the player count was, like, a lot lower than it actually was across Cold War. Like, a lot of people played this game. Like, Cold War is actually a very solid game. I don't know what the best SMG in the game is, so I'm just fucking lost, man. I just don't understand how he's ready for that. Whatever, that hip fire. Gunning feels way more annoying than I remember. It's just the MP5. Maybe I just fucking hate it. What is the best gun in it? I'm gonna use a new SMG as soon as I get it anyway. I didn't realize how many weapons I was actually missing, like, for unlocking, like, a mastery camo. Like, I have multiple weapons that I do not have Dark Matter Ultra or Dark Aether on. And I don't really go out of my way. I'll unlock the zombies mastery camo, but I won't go out of my way to go and get every single one of the weapons after a certain point in zombies, especially in something like Vanguard, for example, where the actual reward itself just doesn't look good, on top of the fact that the game mode itself is incredibly ignored at this point. I don't know why. Like, it feels like my aim assist is pressing me off. Like, when I'm ADSing, it's like, it's fucked up. Why is it so slow feeling? It feels like my in-scope sense is, like, way too low with we also got Charles Oliveira versus Justin Gaethje. I don't really know who's gonna win that fight. I feel really stupid picking against Charles Oliveira just because of the level that he's on, but maybe Justin Gaethje is just crazy enough to just beat him. Like, Charles will, like, look at him like the fucking boogeyman of some sort, somehow, someway. Again, I feel like I'm going against my own ideology here with Tony, for example. I feel like Oliveira has more ways to win the fight than Justin does. So part of me was really saying I should pick Charles. Yeah, I'm picking Charles. It's not that I don't think that Justin Gaethje can't win, or that Justin Gaethje isn't, like, entertaining enough or some shit. I love watching Justin Gaethje. I love watching all these guys fight, but yeah, so as I was recording this, a little update, but it turns out that Charles Oliveira actually missed weight by ½ pound, and he got stripped of his title. So now it's kind of a weird, messy situation where they're still going to be fighting each other, but Charles cannot win the belt. So the belt is currently vacant, and only Justin Gaethje can actually win the belt. The thing is, what happens if Charles wins? He's still going to be considered the people's champion, and then he would just have to fight either a rematch or fight somebody again for the belt all over again. That's so fucked up. And we got Rose Namajunas versus Carla Esparza. I'm gonna go with Rose. I mean, Carla could end up making it, like, really annoying, where she'll just stay on top of Rose and just take her down and hold her there. But I don't really see how Carla Esparza actually finishes her. This is a rematch, like, multiple years in the making, but they were both, like, way younger at that point. Not nearly as evolved as they both are at the moment, so. But I feel like overall, in terms of competition and experience and just, like, level, I feel like Rose just has it. She just does. The fact that she beat Wei Li is crazy to me. And obviously, styles make fights. Carla Esparza is nothing like Wei Li or anybody else really that she's fighting. So, but yeah, this is the UGR full auto submachine gun underwater rifle modified for improved land performance. I don't know what that means. Fires 5.66 millimeter steel darts. Darts? What the fuck? I gotta see what this is all about. It could either be super strong and powerful, like a brand new nail gun, or not so notable at all.